Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video we continue my watch shopping trip back home in Düsseldorf, Germany. Hopefully I will have some more luck this time and go back to Dubai with a new watch in my bag. So take a coffee and enjoy the video. Starting the third day with a proper breakfast inside the city center. A great selection at an affordable price of around €20 for this breakfast buffet. Walking along the Königsallee, where we will find more watch shops that I haven't showed you yet. Beautiful sunny weather that invites for spending the day outside. The first store we will have a look at is this small pre-owned watch store that sells most of the highly sought after Rolex watches. In the display we find a Rolex Pepsi for €20,000, a full gold Daytona with ceramic bezel for €40,000, a white Explorer 2 for €10,900, a Royal Oak at €38,000 with the grey dial, and if I'm not wrong, I guess this is the 39mm case and the very slim one, the so-called Jumbo. A white gold Pepsi for €42,000 next to a full gold Yardmaster at €26,000. One of the highlights here is this vintage Kermit for €14,500. I am not an expert for vintage watches, but with a price not too far off the current retail price, this offer seems quite reasonable for such a rare piece. Moving on to the next store. As it is weekend right now, many people are browsing around the city center. One of the knife stores over here, some expensive but beautiful looking models in the display. I'm not that much into knives yet, but maybe a passion that can develop in the future. As a kid, I loved knives more than anything else, especially for building things out of wood or just to collect them. Next stop, the store which is called Blome, that sells all kinds of luxury brands from Rolex to Patek Philippe. In the display I found this Patek Philippe 5212A, a weekly calendar with day and week number, indicated by hands, date, and with a sweeping seconds hand. The dial is a silvery opaline dial with blackened gold applied hour markers. The case is a stainless steel one, and this watch overall is pretty rare and highly desirable, especially here in Dubai, because it is made of stainless steel, and for a Patek with complications, it also comes at quite an entry-level price point. Over here we have it at €30,100 in the display, which is actually a really good price, so let's give it a try and see if they will sell it to me. Looks great on the wrist and fits perfectly. The hang tag revealed actually the first surprise. It shows a price that is actually €7,700 more than the sign in the display said. Still a good catch if they would sell it to me.
Ja, und durch Dubai bin ich dann auch echt so ans Uhrensammeln eigentlich erst gekommen.
Unfortunately, the sales advisor told me it would be a display piece only, so I had to leave the store with empty hands. I didn't even try to ask for Rolex and instead just registered my interest for the Patek. Even though I got warned, it probably won't ever arrive and there would be a huge demand for it locally. Anyway, it was worth a try and maybe someone else will be the lucky person who can buy it. Time for a break at the best frozen yogurt store in town called Yomaro. For around $6 you can get a medium-sized cup with 3 toppings. I decided to go with chocolate pieces, cheesecake and strawberry sauce. At the River Rhine now, a river that starts in Switzerland, flows all the way through Germany and ends in the Netherlands at the North Sea. One of my favorite spots in Germany to have a beer and just enjoy the nature, people and city around you. For the dinner I met my family again with my uncle and cousin, and we decided to go again to my favorite restaurant, Himmel und Erd. For the second day, my dad picked me up at the hotel to spend a day at the Meilenwerk, or classic remise, how it is called now. You can find all kinds of vintage and exotic modern cars in a historic roundhouse for locomotives over here. Most of the cars are for sale, but some of them are just parked by their owners over here, so people can enjoy them. The old industrial architecture in combination with a presentation of exotic cars is a highlight of Düsseldorf that everyone can visit for free. So if you are around and if you are into cars, definitely check out this place and have a look at those beautiful cars. Time for a beer with my parents.
Das ist dein neues Projekt.
Guck mal hier, die sind geil, ne? Die sind mit dem Rechtsanwalt mit 4 Personen in dem Kostüm unterwegs. Mit 4.
So schlafen die? Die schlafen alle im Team. Ach Quatsch.
And for the dinner, we visited one of our family friends who owns a Turkish restaurant. It is already the last day of the trip and we start the day at Swatch. There is one MoonSwatch I would like to buy and add to my collection, so why not give it a try and see if I can catch it today. A super friendly team in this store and the selection of MoonSwatches seemed quite good over the last days. Leaving the store now and I can report I got it. Which exact model you will find out in a few minutes. The next store we check out is Cologne Watch, a second-hand dealer quite famous from their YouTube channel. The displays are full of watches as expected for a second-hand dealer, some beautiful Rolex Daytonas, white gold, rose gold and platinum, some GMT Master 2, and a selection of different submariners. Some Yachtmaster and Sky Dwellers. Unfortunately, they don't have prices in display for all the watches you can see over here, but I guess if you check out their website, in case you would be interested in anything, you can find the prices over there. And also I'm pretty sure that all these watches will trade at a pretty significant premium, probably the same prices you can find at the other second-hand dealers. A great selection of two-tone datejusts and more steel datejusts with many blue dials, which are usually the ones most in demand. Some more Audemars Piguet freehands and chronographs we can also find over here. And for sure, all of these will also come at a very high premium. A few code 1159. A watch you should definitely not buy from a second-hand dealer unless you will get a pretty significant discount. Otherwise, I would always recommend to try to get the code 1159 from the Audemars Piguet boutique itself, and by that you can also start a profile with them and you might be able to hunt for any of the Royal Oaks in the future with the boutique. But in case if you only want a code 1159 and you can find it at a significant discount compared to the retail price, sure, you can also go for it at a second-hand dealer. And the selection of Patek Philippe, my favorite, the Aquanaut 5164A in display over here, and next to it are more Nautilus and some world timers. Time for a break with a coffee at Starbucks. So last chance for a guess which MoonSwatch I bought. And here it is. I decided for the most classic design, the MoonSwatch Moon, which comes closest to the Omega Speedmaster. A plastic watch that follows the exact measurements of the Omega Speedmaster, and as you remember, there was a significant hype for this watch at the release, and now a bit over a year later, I think most of the hype died down, and now you can also find them at the boutiques without having to wait in a long line. I'm still not a big fan of this watch, but for fun adding it to the collection, why not? On the wrist now, feels very light as expected, but doesn't look too bad and much better than the bright ones in my view. On our way to the last authorized dealer now, which is Bucherer. In the display we can find some oyster perpetuals, all marked with the retail prices. A Rolex Explorer 2, more Datejust and some Yardmaster. A selection of Sky Dwellers and more oyster perpetuals and Datejust. Actually no hype sports model in display over here. Finished my visit at Bucherer, who gave me a very friendly experience. They certainly have some great sales guys over there, but also as expected there was no Rolex for sale, and the selection on the display pieces seemed to be the smallest from the big 3 or 4 authorized dealers over here. I didn't register my interest for any Rolex this time, but added my name for a few other brands. Let's see if anything will arrive within the near future. For sure it would be great to have a profile in my hometown, especially for the day I will leave Dubai and move back to Germany for good. A selection of some weird individualized Rolex watches at a jewelry store close by. The brand who individualizes these Rolex watches is called bark&jack. The prices are pretty steep for all these watches, and those pieces are certainly not my taste. Not sure if anyone likes them, but in my view you should better enjoy Rolex as it is and build your own patina on it while wearing and enjoying it. Back at the hotel waiting for my dad to bring me to the airport, and now it is already time to say goodbye. A short but intense trip to Germany is over, and soon I will be back in Dubai. A big thanks to everyone who watched this and the last video. I hope you enjoyed the experience back at my hometown. At least we got one watch in the bag and I am not going completely empty-handed back home. I hope it won't take too long until I am back in Düsseldorf, and for sure we will go hunting again. So drop me a comment with your experience in Düsseldorf at the big authorized dealers, and especially in case you were hunting in Düsseldorf for Rolex, let me know in the comments how it went for you. And with that, stay healthy and see you in the next one. Bye bye.